Hello everyone and welcome back to the Northern Games Summit YouTube channel. Today I have yet another speaker interview for you, but today is a bit of a special case as we don't have someone from the games industry necessarily. Today I'd like to welcome Katleena Kortesuo. Hello Katleena, how are you today?
Hi Jonas, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a whole lot of work getting this event going, but it's going along nicely.
Great to hear that.
Now, Katleena, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
Well, I am an entrepreneur and I have started my own business when I was 24, I think. So I have been now doing all kinds of consulting and coaching and writing for over 20 years. And I also write books and, do coaching, and sometimes I consult people and businesses when they are in PR trouble. So I give some crisis communications tips also.
All right. What was your career path like? How did you end up doing that?
Well, actually, by accident. But you don't have to tell this to everybody. It's just between you and me, right? Yeah. But yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was an accident. I accidentally became an entrepreneur. I used to work during my university time. I used to work for several employees, and there was lots of paperwork, getting salary from there and there and there. So I just decided that, well, why wouldn't I start my own business? So it was just an accident. And crisis communications, actually I started coaching in the year 2000. I started coaching people how to write an email. It was actually how to write an email. And it was the year when all the companies in Finland started to use email as a customer service channel, and people didn't know how to use it. So I trained them for 2 or 3 years, and then there were some customers who were not happy. So I started giving advices how to write an email to an unhappy customer, how to be polite, how to fix things, and how to give answers. And it was I think around 2010 or 2012, the social media came. And now all the customer complaints and cases and everything, they went public. People just started to write their complaints into the company's Facebook pages, and all of a sudden it was totally public. And that's why, and that's how I started to coach people in crisis communications. How to settle things and give answers and be nice and polite in public social media channels. So, by accident.
Yeah, sounds like you've been busy. Do you have like a certain favorite part of your work? What gets you up in the morning?
Yeah, well, I love all those busy and hectic situations where you have to do instant decisions. But I don't actually do them anymore so often, because when the crisis came for customers, every time I was supposed to be in a vacation. So there were plenty of vacations with my family when my kids and husband were at the pool or at some museum, and I was in the meeting doing some crisis communications. So I love the rush and the busyness, but I just can't do that anymore. But what I also love is writing. I love writing books, and every time I'm really glad if I can give advices via book, because the book is cheaper, it's available for everybody, you can get books free from libraries, so it makes me happy to help people with my books and give them some advices for free.
Yeah. How many books have you written so far?
Over 40, 42 or 44, something like that. I haven't counted them.
Yeah.
It sounds really stupid. It sounds like, well, I don't know how many children do I have. I haven't counted them, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, it's a lot of books. So, clearly, you are someone who can write a lot. Do you have any tips for students struggling on their thesis?
Yeah, I do. I always, because all of my books are, of course, non-fictional, so I don't know how to write a novel. But a thesis or a non-fiction book, I always start with the contents. All the headlines and sub-headlines or headers, and I always make that first. And then I start writing just randomly below those headlines anywhere. And I also collect whenever I find interesting news or headline or a book, I always collect the facts below the right headlines. So it is sort of an messy garden first, but you have the drawings or instructions, and then you just start writing a little bit over there, a little bit over there, and there too, and check the facts and collect some more information, and it starts growing. The garden starts, cleaning up, and well, yeah, it becomes a book like that. But I never do it so that I would, start from the beginning and continuing writing, and then it's going to stop. I write, really randomly, but that's why it's interesting. I can always write to that subject that right now interests me most. So sometimes some things are more interesting than others. So I can write things everywhere. And yeah, it's like doing your garden. You just don't go, from north to south. You just do everything in between. And that's my way of writing non-fiction things.
Yeah, that might be a useful way to try for me. I at least thought about it very linearly from beginning to end, but maybe I should give that one a go. Now, since we are a gaming conference, do you have any time to play video games at all?
I get so addicted to, Solitaire, Minesweeper,
The classics.
Tetris. Yeah, the classics. And actually, I am a really, easy addicted. I get easily addicted to things. So I just totally can't play anything, more addictive, because then I would be doing that all night long.
Yeah, games are very addicting. I'm a huge fan of Tetris as well. It's an amazing classic. Now,
I have to confess something. I am totally dependent on Plants vs. Zombies. Yeah, and I'm so... Yeah, and I am afraid if they will do part 3, and then I am in trouble. So hopefully they will... no more Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, let's
it's
hope.
Addictive. Yeah.
So, you've given speeches at a lot of places. Do you have any particular favorite events from over the years?
Oh, there are so many. I love big events because you get to meet a lot of people and get to help a lot of people. But I also really, really like quite intimate situations that there are only 3 or 4 persons, and we get together and we, have a chat, and we are trying to find answers, and we are trying to fix things up and everything. like them both. I like being in a small room with, 2 or 3 persons, but I also love the big events. But always new places are best, because I think I haven't been spoken in Kajaani at least in 5 or 7 years. So I love to come to Kajaani.
Alright, and on the topic of that, what will your speech be about this year?
Yeah, I am going to talk about the crisis situations and crisis communications. Usually the thing when the shit hits the fan, it's always busy. There's a terrible, you don't have much time and you are really occupied and the demands are huge. Everybody are calling from your own company, from the media, from customers, and everybody wants to know what is going on. So I am going to talk about this high pressure situation and give some tips and hints how to survive them.
Alright, now last question. What are you most looking forward to at Northern Games Summit this year?
Oh, I am looking for the questions from the audience. I loved answering questions. I don't know if I can answer them all, but that's the most important thing for me, because that's how I make sure that I am useful for the audience. So if they ask me something and I can give answers, I'm so happy then.
Alright. Hey, thank you for being here today. That's all all the questions I have. Now remember everyone, tickets are still on sale. You can find them through the link on the description, as well as links to our social medias and such. Yeah, that's all. I'll see you at the event.
See you. Thank you.